Money can buy a lot of things, right? But money cannot buy innovation. You can't just go up to someone and say, "Give me a great idea." They got to be inspired. Now, the entire pharmaceutical industry, it's in the business of suppressing disease. But that disease was caused by what? By a protein that was missing. If you can just simply replace that, all those diseases can go away. Back in 2013, was feeling entrepreneurial. I found someone to do it with me, Dr. Pad Chivukula, our chief scientific officer. I had $10,000 and Pad put in $5,000. We needed to discover something, or else we'd be out of business fairly quickly.
People are always questioning what's new about your technology. We had an idea, we had a business plan.
Started to write these down, but it wasn't in a fancy notebook. It was just papers, back of napkins kind of stuff, right? We wanted to design a lipid called nanospheres or nanoparticles that successfully delivered the RNA inside the cell. It was the best data we've ever seen in our entire career.
In 2013, mRNA was a dream.
The date of that document is March 13th, 2013. Our first day at work was March 4th. So this is 9 days after, but this was the foundational idea for the technology that set up Arcturus.
Life is this most basic form, just the flow of information. Your DNA being transferred into RNA and then being transformed into your proteins. They're the building blocks of life. So being able to harness this technology for therapeutic benefit, I think is going to be really the future.
The majority of the diseases that we're seeing in people is because you inherited a bad copy of a specific protein. Our mRNA circumvents the blueprint that was given from your mom and dad, so that you can make the right protein.
The reason we set up a company during a time where most of the scientific community thought it was not a good idea is we knew it was a good idea.
So where do you take a new technology into? Well, rare diseases.
OTC deficiency is a deficiency of the enzyme called ornithine transcarbamylase.
We have no idea what OTC deficiency is. They tell us that our body has a deficiency and that I'm the carrier, and I passed it to my son. Payne's doctor sat us down and just said it doesn't look good.
One of the first things that they start developing as the ammonia level goes up is brain swelling.
I was so out of it and incoherent, and my aunt who was with me at the time was like, "Something's not right, we need to get her to the hospital and do an ammonia blood test, because that could be the difference between life or death for someone living with this disorder." The ambulance guys strapped me down to the gurney thing, and then were sticking me with IVs. All I remember is just screaming at the top of my lungs.
If this mRNA therapy works, it's going to allow people to get sick and have the flu or have a surgery without the anxiety of, are you going to develop hyperammonemia and go into coma?
Our other program is a cystic fibrosis program at Arcturus. I was hoping to see something really transformational that would really get at the root cause of cystic fibrosis and fix it.
The solution is clear, and that is you inhale a messenger RNA.
The ultimate goal is to be able to treat young children before they develop the chronic changes of lung disease and be able to prevent that from happening in the first place.
The COVID-19 pandemic really catalyzed one of the most rapid medical developments in history.
There are some passionate investors. They're doing this not only for money, but for the patients.
It's changed medicine forever.
The race to develop a vaccine for COVID-19 continues.
Biotech company Arcturus Therapeutics is working on creating a coronavirus vaccine.
The Vietnam story is extraordinary. They said, we will work with you to accelerate a large trial with your vaccine.
It was, all hands on deck.
This is between 8 to 12 years of clinical time that was accelerated into less than a year. We had a very exciting new technology, but we had to prove it.
A COVID-19 vaccine from US-based Arcturus Therapeutics has recently begun human trials and could provide the vaccine to dozens of countries around the world.
Meiji is a very well-known, respected brand in Japan, and they helped us put together a phase 3 comparison trial.
A head-to-head study using the ARC-154 vaccine against a competitor. And in this case, we decided to choose Comirnaty.
Pfizer's Comirnaty sold billions of doses and helped save just countless lives. Some would consider it to be the most successful pharmaceutical product ever in the history of the pharmaceutical industry.
How do we prove that this vaccine, the self-replicating platform, is better than the other platforms?
As a small company, if you're trying to show that your product is better than another product, that challenge becomes exacerbated when you're going up against a very large competitor called Pfizer.
If any of those drugs become approved and commercialized, then I think we will open the floodgates, really, and then people will say, that was the spark. Now look at it today, we have not one, but 10 drugs, 100 drugs in the future.
We opened our doors in March 2013. What a ride it has been. To have an approved product is a very defining moment for a biotech company. And this small company out of San Diego pulled it off. It's a testament to the American dream and to entrepreneurship, that you can start a company with just $15,000 and build an extraordinary biotechnology company. So for us to accomplish this is just amazing. It's truly extraordinary. And so just imagine what we can do in the next 10 years.